Hello everyone. This is going to be about a 5-minute video of my Atmos clock. The Atmos is about the closest thing we've come to perpetual motion. It will literally run for decades with no attention from the owner. You see the large wheel spinning at the bottom. That is actually the pendulum of the clock, and it's similar to pendulums used in 400-day clocks. In this Atmos clock, it ticks once every 30 seconds, instead of, for instance, the grandfather clock, perhaps once a second, or a watch where it may tick several times per second. That's one thing that allows the movement or gearing of the clock to run slowly enough to have enough power to run for a year or more. What they did with the Atmos clock in addition was, you can't see it in this video, but on the back is a large brass bowl-shaped structure, and inside that is a bellows that expands and contracts with minor changes in room temperature. About 1 or 2 degrees Celsius is enough to run the clock for a day or more. And these expansions will wind the mainspring and keep the mainspring wound at an optimal tension. If you'll look just under the number 12, you'll see one obvious instance of how the clock runs so slowly. There's a small silver piece of metal that's currently parallel to the hour hand, and it's going to move. There it goes. It's going over to the right, and then it'll stop. That's one tick, and in 30 seconds it will come back the other way for a second tick. And if you'll watch the minute hand, which is just below the number 9, you'll see that it moves with that tick. Here it comes. Now watch the end of the minute hand. Every time this clock ticks, it moves half a minute, which accounts for how it can run so long with so little power. If the bellows on this clock, the automatic winding mechanism, were to fail, and the clock had a proper wind on its mainspring, it would still run for probably a year, and the information I've read says that it will run accurately for 6 months and could taper off and run slower after that, but it would run for a year, assuming it were properly wound, even with the bellows non-functioning. Here it's going to tick again. Watch the minute hand. There it goes. You can see the plaque at the bottom with 25 years loyal service. This one was awarded in 1966. It was common at one time for corporations to give these, usually for 25 years. Sometimes I've seen them for 10 years as a retirement gift or other indication of service. I'm not sure how common this is today, but at one time this was common to see these plates on the clocks. Some have them, some don't. I'll finish up with another piece of information that I find interesting. There are, in addition to the two small gears on the front that drive the hands, there are a total of 6 gears in the movement. And the large flat one that you see just to the right of the 9 is where the mainspring is. That's called the barrel. And that will make one revolution in about 104 days. The one to the right of that you'll see, the large open gear just to the left of the 3, will revolve once in 20 days. The wheel on the bottom just above the 6 revolves in about 3.5 days. And then there are 3 other wheels that you can't see. They're behind the front plate that's shaped like an arrow pointing down. There are 3 other wheels in there, and the next one revolves in 8 hours, and the one after that revolves in 1 hour. And finally the escape wheel, which is the fastest moving one, it's just below that silver rocking shaft. It rotates once in 15 minutes. So if you know anything about clocks, you can appreciate just how slowly this movement runs. So that's about 7 minutes, and I'm going to close it there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.